Bipolar Female, Episode 36, People in Glass Houses. Nice. As I wandered from building to building on the immense hospital campus, I actually missed how everything was so tightly and nicely contained on the short-term unit. But that thought quickly left my mind as I breathed in the brisk New England air and felt the warmth of the sun over my forehead. When I got to the correct office, the door was already open, and the doctor wasn't the only one in the room. There were 3 other younger people, all in white coats. "Do you mind if my students sit in?" It was my first group interview, but before that became a thing. I didn't feel like I had the option of saying no, so I just nodded and took the seat that was obviously for me. The 4 of them faced me and seemed to inspect me for a bit before one of the students got up and brought me a box of blocks of different shapes. He took out these cards one by one and asked me to create the shape on the cards with the blocks. It was kind of fun and easy. There seemed to be no shape I couldn't create. All the while, the students and the doctor looked on silently, seemingly waiting for me to not be able to create one of the shapes. But it seemed they tired of watching me put the blocks in the correct positions. So while I was in the middle of creating an image, one of the students took the blocks away from me and said it was enough. I wasn't sure what the point of the exercise was, and I didn't ask because I was convinced they wouldn't tell me the truth. I was the subject, and the information I received was only need to know. And then one of the students asked me a question, which I will never forget. She asked me, "What do you think it means when people say people in glass houses should not throw stones?" It was officially unlike any doctor's appointment I'd ever been in, and at that moment, I didn't want to be in it anymore. Was I the person in the glass house? It felt a bit that way. I was inside, and everyone kept looking in, waiting for me to pick up a stone. I thought if I could find a stone that would get me out of the glass house, then I would throw it. But how could a person in a glass house get stones? It seemed to me the people who put that person in the glass house would keep the stones on the outside. But I didn't say any of those things. All I talked about was how important it was not to break the glass. I thought that was the answer they wanted. They wanted to believe that I was okay with it all, being treated like my life was an experiment. They wanted me to be happy with the fact that my existence was something worth teaching young, ambitious psychiatrists about. I wondered how much more I had to go through to get out of this girl-interrupted hospital. How long could this go on? Would they just move me from ward to ward because the judge said they couldn't commit me? And I wondered if they were recording me all the time. I never saw any of them take any notes. And then I imagined what their notes would say. Black bipolar female, discharge, not recommended. Did they actually think they were helping me? Or was this all for their own personal knowledge? How many Black women had been through an appointment like this? It amazed me all the things they could put a person through because they have a mental illness. The crime was being born with a chemical imbalance. Time sentenced was unknown to the person serving the time. The parole board was made up of doctors and nurses. Medication and therapy were required before discharge, and rehabilitation meant the patient never returned. After a few more questions that all seemed like a blur after the initial one, I was released and I headed back to the new unit. When I walked in, the phone was ringing. At first I thought I would ignore it and go directly to my room, but I knew the sound would irritate me in my room, so I picked it up. I said hello, already annoyed. "Hi, baby." It was Mom. "Mommy's coming to get you. I'll be there soon. I'm coming to pick you up." It seemed like a dream. I put the phone down, walked into my room, lay in bed, and cried myself to sleep. Until next time. This is your Aunt Sia saying, stay strong, stay healthy, and know that you are loved.
We can learn together, we can grow forever.
Hey, it's a best kept secret.
We can learn together, we can grow forever. I am not my hair, I am not my skin. I am a vessel of love and soul within. I am black bipolar female. I am black bipolar female. I am not my hair, I am not my skin. I am a vessel of love and soul within. I am black bipolar female. I am black bipolar female. Let me tell you where I've been, who I am, what I do, why I stand, how I live, what I think, what I love, what I am. Black bipolar female. Yes, man. Many questions you can ask. What I don't know, I will pass. I will help you understand all the ups, all the downs, all the smiles, all the frowns, all the whys, all the hows. Walk the journey with me. The road is full of wows. We can learn together. We can grow forever. We can learn together. We can grow forever.